can't make a great work without a great song. I mean, it's a cliche, but the song is the thing. And my admiration for great singers is possibly even exceeded by my admiration for great songwriters. And when someone is both, you know, when it's a James Taylor or an Ed Sheeran for that matter, someone who's I admire enormously as a singer and a songwriter, that's the best of all possible worlds. First of all, I'm a huge believer in a great deal of pre-production. In other words, by the time I go in, I know exactly what I'm trying to accomplish. But it doesn't mean that you won't change your mind on the fly as things develop and as musicians and the artists have ideas, everything will change. But I still go in with pretty much quite a bit of stuff. And all of those efforts are part of framing the song and the artist in the best way possible. The symbiosis between artist and producer varies enormously from artist to artist. I mean, there are some artists who like to be there all the time for every detail. Linda Ronstadt was there for every moment of every session. So was James. But then, first record I did with Cher, I think, pre-production was like a phone call from her assistant saying the key on the demo is fine. But she did have a very clear idea what she wanted. The process is very much changed and adjusted according to the artist and how they like to work. Well, for mics, I think it's still hard to beat a great 47 or 251 or any of the classic microphones. And, occasionally, increasingly less, I still use outboard compressors and limiters and EQs and stuff. But honestly, the plugins get better and better all the time. And I don't miss tape one bit. I get people saying to me, oh, you're so lucky, you made records in the age of tape. And, they've forgotten that you had to carry the things around. They were incredibly heavy. You'd waste hours on tones and azimuth and all that kind of crap. So I was delighted when all that went away. I switched to digital as soon as it existed. Now, can they be dangerous? Yes. I mean, it was interesting when you were bound to a specific number of tracks. As you know, all the great Beatles records were made on 4-track. All the Peter and Gordon records were 4-track. The James Taylor album for Apple was the first record ever made on 8-track. It was when Paul came and played on that for me, was the first time he'd ever seen an 8-track machine. And he brought all the Beatles over 3 weeks later to do Hey Jude in 8-track, a session I had the privilege of being at. And so, and that was all exciting. Suddenly 8 tracks was freedom, 16 tracks, 24 tracks, 32 tracks, amazing. But now that it's 1 million tracks, it can be dangerous. I'm a great believer in saying, no, look, that's the best take. It's not going to change. Keep that one, rub out the other one, and move on, because now we know which version of the guitar solo we're working to. We're not going to keep them all. The fact that you can keep them all doesn't mean you should. A producer was an ambition of mine. The minute I started making records as an artist and watched what a producer does, I kind of went, I want to do that. I can do that. I'd like to do that. I think James and Linda, I'm proud of having worked with them because they're both so good. I'm proud that they're both still close friends of mine, and we talk a lot. And I'm proud of some of the records that we made. I mean, I still think Sweet Baby James and Heart Like a Wheel and Simple Dreams and JT are pretty good records. I can still go, I did that with a sense of pride. But recognizing that I couldn't have done it without them, that's for sure. The singer, and they could have made a record without me. I couldn't have made one without them. That's definitely the case.
What's up, y'all? This is B.O.B.
This is G-Eazy.
I'm Mo. This is Julia Michaels.
This is Logic. Make sure you subscribe to the Recording Academy channel. Flex.